Hello there, my name is Hocus Pocus and welcome back to the Minecraft Let's Play. If you're with me for the last episode, you will remember that we got a few things done in this area and they're both right behind me. So up above me is the archway that we installed. We got the design transferred over to my right hand side and we copied that of course from my left hand side, and we also put a ceiling up above. And as well as that, we went ahead and installed this little trapdoor right behind us there. And if we quickly take a dive in there so that we can check it out for you guys who missed it, it's just extra bulk storage for the cactus farm. So now we can go ahead and basically have 5 times the storage that we originally had, and it's just hidden underground, nice and succinctly, nice and compact, and it works well, I think. So that's the slight change we made there. Of course, last episode wasn't very eventful, and I'm sorry for that once again. However, today should be a bit more interesting. So this is episode 74 of the series, and just before I continue here, if you like what you see in today's video, then be sure to hit that big red button down below and subscribe to the channel. That would be a great help to me. So thank you very much in advance if you do decide to do that today. Of course, you don't have to. It's just a suggestion. So if you do decide, then as I said, thank you very much. So let's progress onwards here. So I had a comment on a recent video from Shane. Comments on a lot of my videos. He's a good guy. He's always around making his presence known, which is what I like to see. So make sure you guys do the same thing, because this is leading on to me saying that I am going to be taking one of his ideas for today's video. So he suggested in one of his comments in one of the last videos, as I said, that we should probably get started on a mob farm, because as we can see over here, we've only got 45 gunpowder. We're using the elytra more frequently now. We've got 45 rockets on us. No more rockets. Oh, okay. We have 21 more rockets in our miscellaneous armor chest. Now down to 2 because I've resupplied us. So his idea was to basically get a mob farm up and running so that we can start producing rockets on a mass scale. We have, of course, the sugarcane farm outside, which can produce paper on a mass scale. So all we need now is the gunpowder to complement it. And the perfect way to get gunpowder is by creating a mob farm. And just like that, we are outside, and I want you guys to feast your eyes on this awesome terrain generation that we happened across. And this was part of the reason that I decided to begin building my base in this area, because we had this cool mountain range just behind the cave that we started out life in. And I've wanted to do something with this for a long time, and I think this is going to be the location of our mob farm. So you can see we have this overhang on the left hand side here and another overhang on the right. They just about don't connect in the middle to create an arch, but I think that works out well, because what I want to do is I want to take great inspiration from 2 YouTubers, one of them being Mango, which you guys might know. He does a lot of redstone work, creates some crazy contraptions in this game. Basically, if you watch his videos, you'll be able to elevate your gameplay from 0 to 10 real quick. Trust me, he is a great YouTuber, so go and check him out if you have a chance, if you haven't seen him before. And also, another player you probably recognize is Tango Tech from the Hermitcraft server. He essentially took this mob farm design from Mango, and I don't know if it was his idea to magnify it into what he created or to adapt it into his own idea. He did mention Nembon as well, which is another one of the guys from the Psycraft server alongside Mango. He is another creator of some awesome contraptions in this game. However, the point I'm trying to come across is that the Hermitcraft server has a mob farm that Tango Tech created, and it's sort of an adaptation of Mango's design. So he created a quad tower version of the mob farm. So it has 4 towers in which the mobs spawn, and they all fall down to a central location. However, I think I'm going to just build a single tower version for now. We could expand on it later if we decide to, depending on the rates. But I do want to go ahead and use a similar loot collection design to Tango Tech from the Hermitcraft server. So I'm going to be taking inspiration from both of those guys to get this built. And I think the first thing we should do is do a little bit of experimentation out here with water, so that I can start to get the collection system up and running and essentially get the block placement right so that we can harvest all of the items into one singular location. Okay, so what we're looking at here is a shape that I've copied straight out of the Tango Tech playbook, and we are about to delve into some very basic water theory. So I've got a bed for good measure, as you can see, so let's head down, place our bed so that we can sleep the night away if needs be. It's green, it's cool, it's bouncy. Hell yeah. So, as I was saying, water theory. Placing a bucket of water on the central block here will cause any items in the streams to flow in the incorrect format, it appears. Wow. Okay, so already I'm kind of shook here. I'm kidding. That word is something I should never, ever use in an unironic format. However, moving on. So the idea behind this is that maybe we could test something out. So in the farm, a stream of water is dropped down onto this platform here to wash items and or mobs into the system. So here, let's try like a single flow here. What does that do? Okay, that works, right? Okay, so what's with this corner? What gives with this corner here? Is it slightly off center or is something else up? I really can't understand why it doesn't want to flow that way. Yeah, see, here is where the issue lies. Don't really see what is causing that to happen, to be honest. We're having a bit of a nightmare here with our water theory. Still nothing. Okay. Very interesting. Okay, so screw water theory. I'm kidding. We went ahead and sort of constructed something along the lines of what we're going to be looking at in the final build. Of course, we need a little bit more polished andesite just to take around the borders here, and then we'll have kind of a diagonal square. As you can see, it's kind of a square but rotated diagonally. We'll have a diagonal square of andesite polished, and then inside of that we will have the slabs, and right in the middle we have this cross of andesite also. So now that we have fleshed out the build a little bit, placing water down will do the following. It will push items all the way into the gaps under the slabs here, and then they will fall down into a system that will allow us to collect all of the drops into a central chamber, which is the goal of this build, of course. So now that we've got the basics set up, we can probably go ahead and maybe start work on the platforms above. I do need to go and grab some building materials for those. I think we're going to go with a similar design to that of which we have used down here. So we're going to go with the polished andesite, the stone slabs, and we're just going to build a few of them, try and get the mechanisms in place because it involves some redstone as well. And once I built one, I will show you guys how it looks and how it operates, and then we can scale up from that point onwards. So this little floating contraption of awesomeness up there is exactly what is going to be flushing out the farm of all the loot that we gather from the mobs that fall down into the system here. And I'm going to fly up there in a second and let you see how it works. But once again, how on earth do people like Ilmango, Nembon, those kind of guys, the redstone guys, how do they come up with this stuff? It's seriously, sometimes it's kind of unbelievable because my redstone skills obviously are very limited, as you guys probably know, and that leads me to only creating very basic contraptions. But even this kind of blows my mind sometimes, these small designs that they come up with that allow you to do such great things. So let me try and get up there so I can demonstrate. Sometimes it's a bit hard to land because, you know, it's only a small target. That's my excuse anyway. So here we go. We've got an excuse if we fail, and we didn't. Perfect. So I can get rid of this block as well, I believe. So what the idea here is, you need to provide a small redstone pulse, and the water, see how it just sort of floats through the air down onto the system, washes everything towards the slabs. So any loot that is hanging around down there is going to get washed towards the slabs on the edge, and eventually filter through the gaps that are left between the slab and the floor. And any monsters that survive the drop are going to be pushed onto the magma blocks and eventually burned to death. So quite a gruesome death for those who defy gravity. And I mean, you know, they're, at the end of the day, they are monsters, so they kind of better off dead than in my face trying to kill me. So I'm not too bothered. I hope you guys aren't. I hope there's no like, you know, PETA association for mobs in Minecraft. Or PETA, I don't really know how you say that, but hopefully they're not out there trying to condemn my actions in this video. However, now that we've got this set up, I think it's time to move on to the next stage of this build. I'm standing on top of one of, I don't know how many spawning pads this thing is going to have, but this is the size of them. This is what they look like. If you notice, they match the size of the pad at the bottom. The central pad, that is, of course, the magma blocks do extend past these points here. So the edge of this block and the edge of that polished andesite you can see just down there. These actually do line up, although it may not appear that way. So next steps for this section of the build is to come in here like so. Get 4 trapdoors in that face outwards like that. Pop them all up so they are standing rather than flat. And then you want to go and place some glass in the block space that is between each trapdoor like so. And then we can go and grab some water from any source nearby, of course. We've got a lot of natural springs in the area, a lot of rivers, a lot of lakes, a lot of ponds, all that good stuff. So let us get some buckets. We've got 1 bucket full there. We're going to need 4 buckets in total. So let's take those like so. And where shall we harvest from? Probably over here is a good idea, right? I think there's a river that runs just behind here. Well, I don't think, I know. Acting like I haven't been playing this world for 74 episodes now. So there we go. Fill up, fill up, fill up. There we go. Take off or don't take off. Whatever you do, decide. There we go. Up we go. And stick the landing. Easy enough with a pad like this. Then you can go ahead and just pop water. Or we maybe don't do that. Did that go down? It did, didn't it? Wow. Incredible. Incredible. Okay, let me fix this. Okay, so of course, because we are plumbers in our spare time, we went ahead and fixed the leak, and that is all taken care of. So now we can get back to work, and hopefully this time we don't misplace the water and cause another spillage. So here we go, land on the platform again, stuck the landing, put the water in like so, each of the gaps, voila. Get the buckets back, grab some more glass, then we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, sealing ourselves in the middle here. And then there's a bunch of fancy stuff that we have to put in here, which I'm probably... Wow, I say I'm going to do it off camera, and the fact that I say that is because I can't remember what goes where and how to do it. So I'm going to have to go check out that video again, probably get some more resources up together. And once we've caught ourselves up to speed, we can jump back in and get some more awesome redstone in place. So we're back down in the dark, dingy depths of the ravine base, and we need some sticky pistons. We've got 5 of those. I think we'll grab 5 more regular pistons and convert those. We also need some redstone blocks, so I'll take half of that stack there. That should definitely do the trick. Okay, so coming down into small storage, we're going to take ourselves 5 slime balls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and pop the pistons in, pop the slime balls in, get the sticky pistons up together. We've got the blocks of redstone as well. So our inventory is looking good. Of course, there are probably a few more things that we need, so I'm going to do a bit more research in terms of watching the video to make sure that my inventory is up to scratch for sure. Then we're going to head back outside and install some more of the redstone work. Righty-ho then, guys. We are going to be maintaining a small spruce farm here whilst we go ahead and build our mob farm. That's for the sheer fact that we need the wood for the trapdoors that I've been using. I just have a preference for spruce trapdoors. I think I've explained this before. They look the best in my opinion, so I like to use them wherever possible, especially around grey bricks, which we've been using here. Of course, we've got the grey stone slabs, the grey polished andesite, and the grey stained glass up there as well as the observers. They have quite a similar theme as well, so that's what we're going with. Anyway, let's head back upstairs to the platform because I have an idea of how the rest of this segment of the build goes. So the glass, I'm going to need to hop up there, so we'll use the silk touch to get our glass back, and then we can pop that back in place. Then we can go ahead and go redstone block there, and then from this point we actually want to use this guy again, so let's bring him down here. We want to probably do something like this will work. Then we're actually going to need the pickaxe. Getting myself tied in knots a little bit here. And then we're going to need the axe. And then we can come into this block, grab ourselves a sticky piston, pop that there like so. And then from this point, we can then bring the pickaxe back in, remove this guy, I believe. Was that right? Was that the right thing to do? Was that the right thing to do? Was that the right thing to do? Why don't I trust myself here? This is strange. Was that the right thing to do? Hold up. I'm going to have to check the video again because I don't remember seeing the water spread. Something tells me I did a little bit of something wrong here. Maybe I was just needlessly second guessing myself. It seems as though I was correct in what I was doing. So then the next thing we need to do is, yeah, I remember now. We need a note block. So we're actually going to have to head downstairs very quickly. And by downstairs, I mean down here. Okay, spruce wood. I'm going to sacrifice a little bit of you for a note block here. How did I get in there? I must have been flying, right? Yeah, that probably makes sense. Okay, so here we go. Craft myself a note block like that. Then we're going to need some redstone as well. We're going to need another block that we can place the redstone on. So let's just go ahead and tear down the rest of this tree actually, so that we can start getting some saplings back. And we'll do the same for the other tree. And hopefully we get at least 2 saplings back from this pair of trees. Otherwise we're not being renewable. So here we go. Back up to the platform, up we go, and down we come, and into the middle. That works. Okay, get us up, get us up. There we go. Replace that, eat something, because we are at half health after that. Build up, and then I'm sure the next step is this guy, then this guy, and then up one more, and then this guy. Pretty sure that's right, but again, really confused about why there's water. In the video, I still don't see water. I'm pretty sure of that. So, what's going wrong here? Are we doing something wrong? I really don't know. Really don't know. But I do remember, in fact, that the next step is to build up some stone slabs and create the next layer. So we can go ahead and do that by doing this. And then we can bring these round in a circle, like so. Get that round there like that. And then I guess we just expand out in the same way that we have for the rest of the build here. So I think I've got the flow of things now, got a handle on this game, and we have figured out the reason why the water was spreading, and that is because you have to place this redstone block in up there to force the piston down to close the trapdoors. So once again, we're going to be laying the trapdoors in, facing out like so. We can just hop up like that and do it. Like this. And then we need a bit of glass to go in the gaps in between. Like so. And then we can pop down, get some more water. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And then take off. Up we go. Back to the top. To the tippity top. There we go. And then we just want to go 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Then you want to put some glass over the top like this. And then we can just make sure everything is adequately lit, because obviously we don't want spawns until we decide it is time for those to take place. So as long as we're placing torches down like so, we should be nice and safe. And that caps off the second layer of our farm. So we're going to keep expanding in an upwards direction. As you guys may have guessed, I decided to make one simple change, and that was to make the inner rim, these 8 blocks here, into the andesite blocks. Because it made more sense. It makes the central column of this build look a bit more connected than if we were using the slabs. So that was just a design choice that I made between the last clip and this clip off camera. Nothing too major. It doesn't change the way the farm works at all. Just changes the look of it. So we have got a few saplings to gather up here as well, which is nice. And taking a look up at the farm, you can clearly see 2 layers in action, and then our death platform at the bottom here. And I've got a zombie friend chasing me. One day you're going to spawn up there, fall down and die. But not today, friend. Today you get the easy way out. So I think that's where we're going to leave things for today, you guys. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. And Shane, thank you once again for suggesting the mob farm, because I was running out of ideas, not going to lie to you guys. I have been quite low on the inspiration count recently, so it's kind of hard to come up with ideas for every single episode. But this one's a build that's going to last a few, and it should be a very useful one as well. Do those look warped to you guys? They kind of look warped to me from this angle. I don't know. That looks kind of strange. Maybe it's the shadows. Who knows? Anyway, as I was saying, thank you very much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to drop a like down below. That will be very useful, helps the channel out, helps me out, and allows me to gauge the reaction and response that this video is getting from you guys. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments, or anything in general that you would like to say, put it down in the comment section below and I'll be sure to get back to you. I love reading your guys' comments. I love responding to them, so anything at all that you want to get off your chest, ask me, say, just pop it down below and I will respond to you in due course. Finally, if you're new around here, then be sure to consider subscribing. Hit that red button down below to stay tuned to this series and any other videos that we decide to post on the channel. So once again, you guys, I have been Hocus Pocus. This has been the Minecraft Let's Play. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye for now.